The weather was fine. The sun was up and the breeze of the cold air balances everything. I turned around and I checked every area of the venue. A smile plastered on my face as I felt the satisfaction and gratitude in me. Finally, my plans were all laid off. From the decorations, gifts, program, food, and even different entertainment. I am so happy that I was able to pull off to plan and manage this celebration. Today is the 18th birthday of my beloved daughter. She has been my confidant, my best friend, and my greatest gift, and I want her to feel special and loved tonight. That is why I did my best to be able to throw her a birthday bash that she will cherish forever. It's already 5 o'clock, and there is still 1 hour left to go. I double checked everything before I headed to the fitting area to prepare for the occasion. I made sure that the foods were complete, the decorations were still intact, and everything was in place. I don't want any misconceptions to get in our way. This is my daughter's day, and she deserves this more than ever. After I checked everything, I immediately went to the fitting area and prepared myself for the big fight later. The birthday will cost me lots of energy and I want to be ready. Everything must be perfect. While my hair technician and makeup artist were helping me with my look for tonight, I suddenly remembered my husband. I was so preoccupied with the things inside the venue that I forgot to contact him. He was the one in charge of the guests. I tried to contact him, but I wasn't able to reach his phone. Oh, maybe he's just too busy. This is the thing that I said to myself. I instructed the other event coordinators to finalize everything while we prepare ourselves. On the other side of the room is my daughter. She was being treated with the best in the beauty and fashion industry, and she looked so beautiful and they glammed her to perfection. I cannot wait for the guests to see her. I can still remember the day that she came into our life. My daughter, precious, is indeed very precious to me and my husband. That day was the happiest day of our lives. We never expect to have a baby after many miscarriages, but we were blessed to have such a lovely and kind daughter.
Madam Ria, 30 minutes left, the guests are arriving.
The coordinator informed me, and with that, I went out and entertained everyone. As I stepped into the beautifully decorated backyard, I couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement and joy. This is what I have envisioned. I couldn't thank everyone that helped me with simple words. They deserved the best. I looked around. The coordinators did a great job in adding the finishing touches here in the venue while I was getting ready. I didn't fail in signing a contract with an international event coordinator. The room was adorned with colorful balloons, shimmering streamers, and a magnificent birthday cake placed on a table in the center. My daughter would fit perfectly here. The soft glow of fairy lights added a magical touch to the atmosphere, which is Precious's special request. The guests were a mix of family, close friends, and my daughter's classmates. All of them were already mingling and chatting with each other. Their hearty laughter filled the air. The room buzzed with animated conversations and the sound of cheerful music playing in the background. It was evident that everyone was in high spirits, ready to celebrate this special occasion. The venue exuded warmth and love, with each corner thoughtfully decorated. Pictures capturing precious moments from my daughter's life were displayed on the walls, showcasing her journey from childhood to adulthood. It felt like a trip down memory lane, and I couldn't help but smile at the memories we had created together. Today is a new milestone for her and our family. My side of the family came, and my mom went to hug me immediately. Oh, dear Sandy, this is so grand! A perfect celebration for my perfect granddaughter. Thank you, Mom. I learned from the best. I gave her a wink and we both laughed. I walked her through the buffet and made her taste the appetizers. The aroma of delectable food wafted through the air, teasing our taste buds. I also saw familiar faces from my daughter's school, the faculty. I didn't know my husband invited them as well, and it was so great to see them. I always knew my husband was so thoughtful. So I went to them and introduced myself. I told them that I am Precious's mother. On top of that, I made them feel comfortable and I entertained them with hospitality. My husband finally came, and I saw him guiding and ushering other faculty staff. And as soon as he saw me, he came near me. He flashed a wide smile at me.
Hey, this is so wonderful. You did so well.
He rolled his eyes, fascinated by the venue. He gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. You did great as well, my love. He smiled at me. I could see that he was so proud of me.
Oh, wait a minute.
He turned around and called a woman in her late 30s. She was very lean and fit and beautiful. I could feel an inch of insecurity in me, but I shrugged it off. She came near and my husband placed his hand around her waist. My eyes widened as I was staring at the placement of his hand. He noticed that I saw it, but he still did it anyway. I don't want to be hysterical, that is why I paid it no mind.
My love, this is Miss Bea, Precious's homeroom teacher. Miss Bea, this is my wife, Sandy.
It's nice to finally meet you, Miss Walter. We both shook hands and I smiled at her. Likewise, Miss Bea, it's good to have you here. She smiled back at me. Oh, wait, smirked? There was a weird connotation to her actions, and I don't want to dive deep into that. The lights went dim and the music became mellow. The voiceover instructed the guests to settle down because the program will begin already. I sat at the VIP table beside my husband. My daughter's favorite music was played on the violin. And then, there she was, my beautiful daughter, the center of attention and the reason of our gathering. She walked the aisle gracefully. Dressed elegantly, she radiated joy and excitement, her eyes sparkling with happiness. As she moved through the room, she was surrounded by a circle of friends, showering her with compliments and warm wishes. I watched my daughter with a mix of pride and nostalgia, amazed at how she had grown into a remarkable young woman. Her infectious smile and genuine warmth drew people towards her, creating an atmosphere filled with love and affection. I want this day to be full of happiness and wish that not a single bad thing would happen, please. Afterwards, the program started. There were lots of dancing, gift giving, and speeches. My husband and I were so immensely happy at the moment. The guests were enjoying themselves as much as my daughter. I stared at her as she sat down on the center stage. She looked at me and mouthed the words, "Thank you." After a while, the host called on us, the parents, to give our speeches and gifts. I was the one that went first. I gave my daughter a music box with her favorite music playing on it. She was so happy. She gave me the tightest hug. "Thank you for everything, Mommy. This is all that I've ever wanted." I rubbed her back and kissed her on the cheek. The next one was my husband. It melts my heart to see the bond between my husband and my daughter. He's my daughter's first love, and I couldn't imagine if he ever breaks her heart. He gave her a locket, Our daughter is so fond of jewelry with sentimental value. My husband wore it around her back, and as soon as she received it, she opened it immediately. I was so curious about what picture was inside, but when I saw my daughter's reaction, a mix of shock and pain, I panicked. I was about to come to her when I saw her shed a tear. She looked at my husband and then searched for someone in the crowd. I followed her side and then I saw her staring at Miss Bia. My daughter then threw away the locket. It broke and showed the picture inside. I stumbled as I laid my eyes on it, a picture of my husband and Miss Bia kissing. The guests huddled close to the locket and gasped as they saw the picture. My mother came to me and held me tight, but I let go of her grip and went to my daughter. I pulled her into my arms, and she started crying so hard. It's a picture of Dad and my teacher. I tried my best to calm her down, as she almost collapsed crying. My heart was full of rage. Everyone was stunned into silence. The atmosphere changes from joyous to tense. I looked at my husband and he was just right there, standing, with no hint of remorse or guilt. I was shocked even more when he signaled Miss Bia to come forward. How could you, Alfred? He sheepishly gave me a mocking smile, and Bia stood next to him. He wrapped his arm around her waist.
Well, the truth had to come out eventually, didn't it?
Yeah, and what better way to announce our love than on our daughter's special day? It's quite romantic, don't you think? I wanted to slap them so hard. I want to run towards them and kick them to their asses. They're monsters. Are you mad? Why does it have to be on this day?
Because I want our daughter to pick. This has to be the biggest day of her life, and she has to choose between us.
I will never let her come to you. You are evil. You are crazy. He just laughed.
There are many reasons, actually. One is that you're boring. 2, you're too proud of yourself. And 3, you cannot sustain her needs because you have a terrible job.
My heart almost stopped from everything that he said. I gave you everything, Alfred. I lowered my pride for you. I gave up my dreams for you. I was content with the job that I have right now because it is what you want. After all, you were too proud to accept the fact that I was earning big than you. I have tainted your ego, and now you cheated on me? You ruined me? And I will never forgive you for ruining my daughter's life as well. He just laughed at every word that I say, as if I was joking. Bia even rolled her eyes.
Fine, whatever. I cannot stand being with you anymore.
I could feel my daughter's anger as she slowly stood up. Get out, both of you! Leave this party right now! Alfred and Bia exchanged smug glances before turning to leave. But before they could even step foot outside, they mocked my daughter.
Oh, darling, I hope you find it in your heart to forgive us one day.
Bia laughed with him. Yes, we wouldn't want to ruin your precious celebration, would we? They both exited the party, leaving my daughter and me stunned and devastated. The guests stood in disbelief, watching the scene unfold, their joy now tainted with shock and sorrow. I can't believe what we just witnessed. How could they be so heartless? It's despicable to mock the wife and ruin their daughter's birthday like this. It's beyond words. I held my daughter once again and lifted her head. Her face is filled with tears. We'll get through this, my love. We'll be stronger together. I whispered to her, we will take our revenge. 3 years have passed and many things have happened. But my daughter and I remained steadfast, and we found and drew strength from each other. My daughter and I have moved on with our lives, and we are doing well in our careers. My daughter is now in college, and I'm supporting her studies by working at my dream job. Finally, I am a senior accountant at a big company. This is the job that I always wanted, but my husband didn't like the idea of me earning big than him. It was so ridiculous. On top of that, my husband filed for divorce over the years, and just recently it was finalized and approved. I have also heard that Alfred and Bea are moving to another country to start a new life. The audacity! They are just escaping the reality that their relationship was out of adultery and broken trust. They want to be surrounded by people that don't know them or the truth at all. Moreover, rumors were circulating about Bea and Alfred planning to marry as they moved abroad. Also, my husband kept on bad mouthing me to the people that know us. He spreads false information that says I'm a cheater and a manipulator, when in fact, that is him. After a few months, a mysterious invitation letter came to our house, and guess what? It is an invitation to Alfred and Bea's wedding, and it was addressed specifically to my daughter. They will have their wedding in Maldives, and along with the invitation was a round trip ticket to the said country. My daughter was hesitant to come. I don't want to see their faces ever again. I won't force you either. I don't trust your father or that girl. I don't want them to hurt you anymore. But my daughter's face lit up as if an idea had come to her mind. I think we should go, Mom, together. I was taken aback. Together? Yes, this is a chance for us to plot our revenge. I don't understand. Just leave it to me. We will go there, and I don't care if they didn't invite you. I have plans up in my sleeve, so I got you. My daughter booked me a round trip ticket, and the next day we flew to Maldives to attend their wedding. As much as I don't want to see them together, I have to be here for my daughter, and besides, we deserve to have an act of revenge. As soon as we stepped foot in the Maldives, we immediately went to a local jeweler to customize a locket with the same design as the one that Alfred gave to my daughter. Just trust me, Mom. My daughter reassured me. I trust her and everything that she's doing, but I cannot deny the feeling of anxiousness. Later that afternoon, the wedding was about to start. For me to get inside, my daughter called the venue's reception area with the number attached to the invitation, telling them she has a +1, and they agreed. It's so great to see that everything is going smoothly with our plan. As we were standing next to the other guests, whom we were not familiar with, we heard chit-chats. I heard Alfred finally got out of a toxic relationship in the States. Bea is truly his soulmate. I heard his past wife was so manipulative and abusive. Who told you? Bea told me that after the divorce, Bea and Alfred met and then fell in love. Lies. All of these are lies. Oh, I cannot wait to tell everyone the truth. My heart raced with a mix of anticipation and nerves. This is our moment, my daughter's and mine, to expose the deceit that had torn our family apart. The guests were immersed in the festive atmosphere, enjoying the celebration of the newlywed couple. But behind the facade of joy, a heavy secret loomed, waiting to be unveiled. The wedding started, and we were good at blending in with the crowds that they were not able to notice us, which is good because the bomb is supposed to explode during reception. When the time came for the reception, everyone gathered at the banquet hall. This is it, Mom, our chance to reveal the truth and make them face the consequences. Are you sure about this, sweetheart? Absolutely, Mom. They can't hide their deceit any longer. And when it was time for food, my daughter stood up. I could see the wide smile of Alfred while Bia was just faking it. She approached the couple with a smile on her face, and my daughter handed them the gift, carefully wrapped in an elegant box. Congratulations on your wedding. I have a special gift for you.
Thank you. What's inside?
Open it and find out. Their curious expressions betrayed their confusion as they accepted it, unaware of the storm that was about to be unleashed. What is it? As the couple opened the gift, revealing the locket with the voice recording device, a hush fell over the room. All eyes were fixed on the unfolding drama, waiting for the truth to be laid bare. Their faces manifested complete shock. Alfred and Bea exchanged uneasy glances. Then press the play button. Congratulations on your wedding, but let's not forget how your love story began. It started with an affair, a betrayal of trust and loyalty. Your actions tore apart our family, and now it's time for the truth to be heard. The voice message continues detailing the affair and the pain it caused. The venue was filled with guests' murmurs. All of them were so confused, and I could see how embarrassed the couple was. What is this? Is this true? The voice message ended, leaving the room in stunned silence. My daughter stood in front, facing the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted everyone to know the truth about the love story they're celebrating today. It was born out of betrayal and adultery. Both of them stood frozen, unable to comprehend the situation. I can't believe it. They deceived everyone. How could they be so heartless? The guests began to whisper amongst themselves, expressing their shock and disappointment. And it was time for me to stand up and speak, so I did. Thank you all for being here today. We wanted the truth to be heard, to shed light on the pain we endured. Now, let's not let their actions define us any longer. Let's move forward, stronger and united. The guests applauded us, showing their genuine support. Out of frustration and anger, Alfred stood up while Bea was so ashamed.
You can't ruin our happiness like this.
This isn't how it was supposed to be, she nervously yelled. But my daughter stood firm onto her grounds. You brought this upon yourselves. We're merely exposing the truth you tried to hide. The couple stood frozen, unable to defend their actions or escape the consequences. Their happiness had crumbled before their eyes, replaced by the weight of guilt and shame. Bea couldn't take it anymore and went to her knees and begged. She grabbed Alfred to do the same. They kept asking for forgiveness, and everyone in the room was taking videos of them, shaming them for what they did. My daughter and I walked away, leaving them to face the consequences of their actions. As my daughter and I walked away, leaving them to face the repercussions of their choices, we were met with a mix of applause and comforting words from the guests. We had shed light on the painful truth, refusing to let their actions define us any longer. Together, my daughter and I found solace in the support of the guests, vowing to move forward, stronger and united. We had reclaimed our power with each step. We embarked on a journey of healing and rebuilding. At that moment, surrounded by the remnants of a shattered facade, we knew that we had found our voice and reclaimed our dignity. The truth had set us free, allowing us to forge a new path, guided by love, resilience, and the unwavering bond between a mother and daughter.